Today we have Jay Randels with us. He's the new president at Community Bank, and he comes via Baldwin City, Kansas, up by Lawrence, and he's been in the banking business for some time. I think he was in Lawrence for about 9 years, or in Baldwin City for about 9 years, I believe, and he's been a couple other places, but when Terry Ross resigned or retired, we searched and interviewed a lot of people and looked at a lot of candidates, and Jay rose to the top rather quickly, and we feel like he's a good fit for our community. He's a Northwestern grad, had his student loan at our bank, hails from Medicine Lodge, Sharon, Kansas, and if Alan knows where the Blue Goose is, I think up there. Huh? Isn't that the name of it?
Has he paid off his student loan yet?
I think so. You know, I actually didn't check. A few years ago we sold all those, I think, and got rid of them. So he may still owe somebody else, but not us. So, I'd like to introduce Jay Randels.
Well, speaker's a term used pretty loosely when I'm up here talking, so thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it. Skeeter, I really appreciate you asking me to do this. He walked into my office, it's been, 3 weeks ago, and says, "Hey, Jay, I need a favor. Would you be willing to do me a favor?" I said, "Sure, Skeeter, what do you need?" He says, "I need you to speak at Kiwanis." And I was like, always remember, when Skeeter asks you a question, find out what the question is first before you say yes. So that's usually with alumni directors, from the fundraisers. Like Kirk said, I'm a little bit about myself. Grew up in the Sharon, Medicine Lodge, Kansas area. My mother and father still live in Sharon. My wife's parents live in Medicine Lodge. I have three siblings that live in the Medicine Lodge area still, 2 sisters and a brother. My wife's twin sister lives in Woodward. So, you know, when Kurt called me, I think we talked the first time sometime the first part of the year. In January, called and asked if I had any interest in coming and visiting with the job opening they had here, and you know, I was glad I took the call and said yes. You know, the things that we were looking for, my wife and I guess back up a little bit. We become empty nesters in 2015, and one thing we started talking about is as you grow older, what becomes important to you. What things, you know, one of those things that become important to us was having the opportunity to come back home, get close to home, and back close to our roots, which is the Barber County, you know, in this area, with me being a alum of Northwestern. So, you know, back in 2015, we thought, well, if there's ever an opportunity for us to come back home, we would entertain that. And so when he called and he said Alva, well, he just said, well, criteria number one, you know, getting able to get close to home was important. So we said, yeah, let's sit down and talk. You know, in doing my due diligence piece, you know, I researched the bank, found out the bank was a strong bank financially. Sitting down with Kirk and Richard and John and Corey that first time, you know, one of the things that really hit me as important, but what's important to me is the bank's commitment to Alva and the community. I think that's really important for a community bank, that they have a strong partnership and commitment to the community that they serve, that they're in. And that was another important piece for me. So, you know, as we went through the process, I was fortunate enough that Richard and Kirk and the rest of the board felt confident enough in me that they offered me the job, and so I took it, and here I am, and haven't looked back, and really appreciate the opportunity and glad to be here, because it is a great community with great people. One thing about when I did get here, I learned that I didn't know is, you know, when I first met Ron and Larry, First I thought, well, what did I get myself into? But really, I mean, that's the other thing that you don't really know till you come to a bank. But once I got in there and got started, found out that we really have a really good group of employees that work hard for the community, work hard for their customers, which is important. So, you know, it all just kind of come together. It was a good fit for me. I'm hoping it started out as a good fit for the bank. And I hope it continues to be that way. About my family, my wife is, we've been married to 27 years in August, which is I'm fortunate that she still keeps me around. I have 3 children. Oldest and youngest are boys. Middle one's a daughter. My oldest lives in Medicine Lodge, Kansas, which was another reason to get back here. He's up there, works for Barber County. My daughter just graduated from the University of Tulsa, and she is the marketing coordinator for the admissions office at the University of Tulsa. So she's loving that job and excited for her. My youngest son is 20. He just finished up his associate's degree at Western Nebraska Community College in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. If you know where that's at, it's a long ways out there. But he plays baseball, and thanks to a couple of key people in this audience today, Richard Ryerson and Skeeter, he committed this week to play baseball for Northwestern. So he's going to be a Ranger. So we're excited about that. We come to town and Richard jumped on it, and I think he and then maybe John as well called up and got Brad involved. Of course, if anybody knows Brad, he doesn't let anything go. And so, I think he found out about me and really found out about Brock. It wasn't anything to do with me. And he was looking for trying to decide where he wanted to go. And he was in my office the next day. And then Skeeter found out, and then Brock's been going up to the fitness center and trying to keep up with Skeeter. And so Skeeter, every day he sees him up there, he's been talking to him about Northwestern, the good things about Northwestern, and I'm an alum, and so I can kind of speak to that. But when it comes from other people, and it means more, and I appreciate that. He really helped make his decision where to go, because he was looking at a couple schools in Missouri. He was looking at UCO and Edmond, and the decision to come here was a good one for me, and hopefully it'll be a good one for him and for the university. As the bank goes, I think we're doing well. The biggest question I probably get is, how come interest rates are so low? It's the market. If any banker tells you they know what interest rates are going to do and when they're going to do it, they're lying to you, because they don't. The market dictates that. We try to offer a fair rate on deposits and loans to try to help. Everyone's in business to try to make a return for our investors, because the investors in the bank do have some risk, and so we try to manage that risk and that rate of return. But we try to offer a fair rate on our loans and our deposits to try to keep up. So the one good thing about Alva, though, they really have 3, 4 really strong banks, good banks in town, good people. So we just are fortunate enough to be a part of that group. So. Anybody have any questions? I know I didn't really cover a lot of specifics. And Skeeter, is there anything specific you want to talk about? Oh, by the way, my son said Skeeter's got to be the richest guy in Alva because his house is really nice. So, but I don't know about that. I haven't seen it. He hasn't invited me over.
Might tell him what house you bought.
Oh, I bought Lee Haley's house. If you've been by there, there's been a little bit of change going on the inside. You can't see it from the outside. The outside really doesn't need much. But just don't tell Mrs. Haley I got rid of her wallpaper, please. But no, what, do I have hobbies? Yes, I do. Thank you, Ron. I don't play golf near as much as Larry and Ron, but I do like to play. Probably my biggest hobby is probably fishing. I enjoy going out. My dad has 600 acres still in Barber County with a 25-acre watershed, and that's kind of my go-to stress reliever is to sit in a boat with a fishing pole and just try to catch a bass. So, and then chasing my kids are my main hobbies. But nothing too exciting. I'm pretty boring actually. But no, I think really excited to be here. Family's excited. Yeah, my son was bouncing off the walls a couple nights ago because he made a decision. Was happy, so it's good to see. We're excited to go watch him put on a Ranger uniform. So.
What position does he play?
He can play every position except pitcher and first base. He could pitch, but it wouldn't end well. He's a great BP pitcher. But in college, he's played shortstop and third base.
So
He's about right at 6 foot. Weighs about 185. Weighed 185, 190. Much more athletic than I ever was. But yes, ma'am.
What does your wife like to do?
My wife loves to read. She is was an assistant registrar at Baker University in Baldwin City, and so she really enjoyed that. She's kind of, I think right now she's missing that a little bit with all the painting she's have to do. I think she'd like to go back to work, but her main hobby is to read. She just loves to read. We both enjoy getting out and doing things, but if she had one thing to do, she'll sit down and get a book, and if it's good, she won't put it down until she's done. So she's still that old school. She likes the paper. You know, a lot of people using the tablets. She still likes to have that book in her hand, so likes to feel it. So yes, Ron, do you have something else?
Just eating, take it, right.
Yes, sir.
Did you say that you lived at Baldwin, Kansas?
Baldwin City, Kansas.
Did you attend Baldwin University?
I did not. My wife worked at Baker University, which is in Baldwin City, Kansas. She worked there. My oldest son went to Baker University, but I did not attend there. I graduated from Northwestern in 1993 with what Skeeter says, a little bit of a watered down degree out of the business department. Evidently, he wasn't.
That is not what I said.
Evidently, he wasn't.
I'm glad you owned up to that.
Evidently, he wasn't a business major.
I wasn't.
He must have been a communications major. But no. If there's no other questions, I'll thank you for having me. How big's my dog? He weighed 95 pounds until he went to the groomer on Monday. Now he's down to 92.